Let's take you back to this story. So, Joburg MMC of Public Safety, Dr Mgcini Tshwaku, will be joined by MMC of Transport, Kunene, and the MMC of Economic Development at the Joburg CBD. That's, of course, Nomoya Mnisi, for an inspection visit of some of the dilapidated buildings in and around Hillbrow in Johannesburg. But let's really just talk a little bit about, as we see the MMC of Transport, Kunene, arriving, we are now joined via Zoom by Mr. Herman Mashaba. We're going to speak to him in a moment. Let's listen in quickly to what the MMC of Transport is saying as he is on the ground in Hillbrow.
Guided by you, MMC, but if you shut it down, let's shut it down, court or no court, NGO or no NGO. We are doing what we have been voted to do, service delivery, making sure that people live in healthy and safe conditions. Salute.
Thank you very much, MC. I think that in terms of the protocol, you're not supposed to speak, but because you are here, you want to say something because it's here. We are MMCs when we can't say that. No, because it's here. I think that maybe we can just share in terms of the experiences that you actually get, because he sees matters on a daily basis.
All right, let's come out of that. We are now joined by former Mayor of Johannesburg, Mr. Herman Mashaba. Mr. Mashaba, good morning to you. I think you have certainly been talking a lot about this story since we saw that fire that claimed over 70 lives just last week. Horrific indeed. Well, you've got this visit now by officials of the city coming in to inspect the building. What are they going to find?
Well, first of all, good morning, and thank you. Good morning to the listeners. I really find it difficult to understand what is the inspection all about. In 2016 to 2019, we did a thorough audit of all buildings. We uncovered over 600 buildings, and all the reports are in council. Let them just go to the Speaker's office and JPC in particular. They have the list of all the buildings which are hijacked, which are derelict, which are abandoned. This is not a new matter. I think sometimes it's actually quite really funny, strange how some people would really want to operate. People cannot operate as if this is a new thing. This matter, I highlighted it in 2016 and I was called names, but fortunate enough I soldiered on, because I'm not the kind of person distracted when I have a project to undertake, more especially for society. So my advice to them is that to just really go to the offices, the Speaker's office, because all these reports were submitted to council on a regular basis. JPC has got a list of all the buildings that we have visited and audited. So I think for me it is really more of platitudes than actually doing the job. If you need to really act fast, I think the information is already there, because I wasn't really running the scheme in dark offices. All the reports were submitted through council.
So what then should happen? If reports have been submitted to council that there is a database of what's going on in those buildings within JPC, and you've got the site inspection taking place by authorities today, what's the action that needs to be seen so that we don't have another story where we're reporting globally of over 70 lives being burned to death?
Well, I think, Naledi, if this executive is serious about finding a resolution to this matter, it is actually just going through those files, including actually the investigation by group forensic and investigation services, which used to be led by General Sibia, so that they can actually see the people behind this hijacking syndicates, because I can tell you, as long as we ignore to get to the bottom of this, go in to look for the kingpins of this the syndicates, unfortunately, everything else is going to really just be political platitudes. Remember when I was the mayor, how our criminal justice system failed to provide me, as a mayor of the city of Johannesburg, not acting on my behalf, acting on behalf of the city, acting on behalf of the 6 million residents of the city of Johannesburg. Unfortunately, our law enforcement agencies could not literally refused to attend to this matter. Why? Because it involves a lot of senior people. The other day, I said to MMC of Johannesburg, I said, I'm telling you with your enthusiasm, and I really want you to succeed. I'm afraid you're going to find when you go deep into this, our law enforcement agency is not going to support you because your coalition partners in the ANC are the ones involved to a large extent in this the hijacking of buildings in the city of Joburg the last 20 years.
All right. Yeah, let's leave it there, Mr. Mashaba. I imagine this is going to be an ongoing discussion, and of course we'll watch closely really what authorities do with the site inspection that we are seeing in Hillbrow this morning. Of course, Mr. Herman Mashaba is the former mayor, speaking to us in his capacity as former mayor of Johannesburg via Teams there.